In this short video tutorial, we will understand how to write a C program to check for nested conditions. Now, by nested conditions, we mean that we will be giving multiple conditions, and based on which condition is true, that logic will execute. Now, let's see how to write nested conditional statements using the C language. I'll start by writing a very small C program. So I'm creating the main function. Inside the main function, I have created a variable a, which is of the type int, and I have given it a value 5. Now I'll be writing some if-else statements. Now let's see what logic I write inside the if-else statements. Now let's understand the code that I have written in this C program. So I've created a variable a and I've given it a value 5. Now in the if statement, I'm giving a condition that a is less than 5. So suppose the value of a is less than 5, which it is not as of now because the value of a is 5, it is not less than 5. So suppose the value of a is less than 5, then this line should be printed. So then we should see a written on the console screen. Now, but if this condition is not true, so the code will go to the else statement and try to see whether it can get the answer from this statement as true. So this from the input that we have used, which is a equal to 5, we can understand that the answer of this condition will be false. Now, if this is false, the code will go to the else statement, and over there we have again written an if condition. So in this if condition, we are checking if a is greater than 50. Now, as you can see, the value of a is 5. Therefore, this condition will also return a value false. Now, if this value is false, the code will go to the final else statement and will end up printing C on the screen. Now, this is what is called nested conditional statements. So we are checking for the first condition. If this condition is false, we will go and check for the second condition. And if the second condition is also false, we will go to the else block and we will print whatever is written in the else block, or we will execute whatever is written in the else block. Now, it is not necessary to write the else statement with the if statement. You can simply write the if statement and you can ignore the else statement. And I'll discuss this in the next video tutorial. But over here, we have two conditions. And if any of these conditions is true, suppose the first condition becomes true, then the code inside the if statement will execute, and the next conditions will not be checked by the code. So if the first condition is false and the second condition is true, then the code inside the second if statement will run, and the third condition and the third block will not execute. So let me execute this code and show the final result. Now from this code, you can notice that the final result should be C. So let's run our code and notice that C has been printed on the screen. So the first condition was false, the second condition was false, therefore the else code was executed. Now let's say I'm giving a value to a as 55. Therefore the first condition will be false, but the second condition will be true. So only B should be printed and the third else code should not be printed. Now the answer, as you can notice, is B, which means the second condition became true and therefore this line was printed. Now let me make the value of a as 4. This means that this condition will become true because 4 is less than 5. Therefore, a should be printed on the screen. So if we execute this code, notice that a is printed on the screen. So this is how, by making use of the nested if-else statements or the nested conditional statements, you can check for multiple conditions in your C program, and whichever condition becomes true, that code will be executed, and all other conditions or all other else blocks will not be executed. So with this, we will end our short tutorial here. To access our complete C programming course, please visit openischool.com/learnc. Also, please subscribe to our channel to get regular updates on the new videos that we post.